I think everyone knows Art Francisco. Yeah, we've got Art up here to speak, and yeah, a longtime organizer. Here you go, man.
Thank you, Logan. I'm Art Francisco, and I'm the chair of the Peter McGuire Group. There are no neutrals in politics, and there is no such thing as nonpartisan politics. There cannot be neutrals so long as society is divided by class. A nonpartisan position will always favor the party that has the most power. Therefore, how can that even be nonpartisan? A trade union is a partisan position. It is partisan by its very nature. A defensive organization by and for workers to protect them from employers. It has been the recognition of class interest and partisanship that has brought us this far. And it will be the greater understanding and recognition that will bring total victory to the workers in the union as well as the working class as a whole.
All right.
It was precisely class neutrality and nonpartisanship that led the working class's only organizations, the trade unions, into a swamp. They say in Harlan County, there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a union man or a thug for J.H. Blair. Which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on?
We're on this side. We're on this side.
What is that class interest? Class interest is the maximum interest. It is class power over society. The Peter J. McGuire Group is a caucus of, by, and for workers in the Carpenters Union with the intent to fight for the economic, the political, the social, and the organizational interests of all workers in the Carpenters Union, which are in line with the interests of all workers and diametrically opposed to the interests of the class that employs them. By fighting for strong contracts, an accountable democratic union, and an educated membership that can aggressively organize all carpenters. It was our group that led over a half dozen rallies in August to defeat the third and fourth tentative agreements. It was our group that passed over 11 motions in 4 different locals, including motions calling for Evelyn Shapiro to resign. We fought for a strong union contract for all carpenters this summer, while the council, led by Evelyn Shapiro, argued to keep our wages low so that the contractors could continue to lock in record profits. The Peter J. McGuire Group supports a strike, but we support an effective strike so that carpenters can win. It's the council that wants a wimpy strike. It's the Pacific Northwest Regional Council of Carpenters that sabotages its own strike. If a strike succeeds, if these strikes succeeds, it will become a clarion call for carpenters and workers all over the country to organize and fight back from the bottom up. It will inspire carpenters all over the country after decades of apathy and cynicism. The council has asked us to unite, but what they really mean is for us to bow our heads low and unite around Shapiro.
Boo!
When I go to the pickets and I hear business agents who were appointed as picket captains, go back to work. Go back to the picket line. Like foremen to prevent discussion by picketing carpenters at an empty job site. It rubs me the wrong way. It makes my blood boil.
Yeah! Damn right.
It reveals a little of the way I think our union sees the membership as employees. We need leaders that act like real leaders. We need a union that acts like a real union, that fights for the members and truly listens and tries to understand where they're coming from. We don't need union leaders that see themselves as labor brokers. If the union becomes a labor broker company, it is no longer a union. It no longer defends workers. It's exploiting them.
That's right.
The council has created a web of rules and restrictions to choke our strike and our union. Carpenters are reluctant to break these rules. Their very craft is organized by rules, and the job sites are dictatorships. They're taught to color inside the lines. But if carpenters are going to win a struggle for all workers, they will need to learn that the rules are not all just. If the rules are not just, if they don't serve the interests of workers, maybe it's time to break the rules.
That's right.
You can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs. We have to do what we can to win this strike, with or without our union leaders.
Here.
Union workers all over the country are facing a crisis, the crisis of business unionism. It's bringing the labor movement near death. Workers must organize independently of the union leadership if they want to save the labor movement.
Right.
The movement of workers building organizations to defend their interests. And any independent organization, any independent organizing of the union leadership for the interests of workers is going to result in a confrontation with the business union leadership as it is now. It is inevitable. If the union leadership represents the contractors, the side of business, the employers, it will come into conflict with the side of workers and the exploited. This is the truth that all workers must know. We are in a constant struggle between classes, and internally, our unions are just another battlefield. But we're going to have to stand up and fight on the side of workers. We're going to have to find courage. We're going to have to unite around interests and not around leaders with nice salaries. Which side are you on? Solidarity forever!